Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Your game is coming up next. But here's some information from the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
6 easy ways to become an MVP. And by MVP, we mean most valuable parent. Like all of us, the parents of high school athletes tend to protect their children from adversity, or they overly involve themselves by advocating for their success. But when they do, they're negating the value of participating in high school sports. Among other lessons, high school sports teach teenagers to take nothing for granted, how to overcome obstacles, and that an extraordinary commitment of time and effort is required in order to reach goals and experience achievement. High school sports also encourage independence and self-sufficiency, attributes that are needed to be successful in life. It's natural for parents to love their children, and it's important to support them in as many ways as possible. With this in mind, here are 6 easy ways that you can be the MVP of your child's high school team. Number 1, attend your children's games as often as possible. Nothing demonstrates interest and involvement more than being there. And be sure to invite Grandma and Grandpa to come along with you. Number 2, cheer for all the kids on the team, not just your own. Here's a test for you. Do you know all the players on your child's team? Could you say hello to them by their first name? Embracing the entire team is a great way to show that your interest is sincere. Number 3, be a resource for your child's team. Does a teammate need help with transportation? Is the team trying to raise money for new uniforms? Is someone needed to organize a pizza party before the tournament starts? Maybe you can help. Number 4, try not to criticize the coach or the officials in front of your child. Hey, you're human, and there may be times when you need to vent, but be careful when and to whom you do it. Criticizing the coaching staff undermines its credibility and tends to put your child in the middle. And games are seldom won or lost because of an official's call. Remember, coaches and officials are objective. Most parents are not. Empower your child to talk with the coach about concerns. Everybody wants more playing time, and understandably so. But encourage your children to have that conversation with their coaches instead of you doing it for them. Giving teenagers the confidence and conviction to speak up for themselves is one of the greatest benefits of participating in high school sports. Number 6, focus on the life lessons your children are learning, not on win-loss records or how many points they're scoring. According to the NC2A, only about 2% of all high school athletes win a sports scholarship, and the average value of it is less than $11,000. But every child will benefit from the lessons they've learned as a result of participating in high school sports for the rest of their lives. It's difficult being the parent of a high school athlete. There's far more emotion and social pressure involved than is ideal. But if you follow these 6 pointers, not only will your children love and respect you, but so will their teammates and coaches. And you might even be named MVP. Thank you for your support of high school athletics in Indiana. Stay tuned now. The Indiana SRN game is next. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Indiana SRN's presentation of IHSAA Volleyball as the 6-0 Heritage Christian Eagles play host to the 6-2 Brebeuf Jesuit Braves tonight on Heritage TV, powered by Indiana SRN. Along with Anthony Gully, I'm Eric Eaton, and we're coming to you from the elementary school gymnasium on the campus of Heritage Christian High School for tonight's matchup between Heritage Christian and Brebeuf Jesuit. And Anthony, both of these teams had very fine seasons last year. Heritage Christian went 30-4 and parlayed that into a 2A state championship, which they won at Muncie's Worthen Arena. And Brebeuf, under first-year head coach Catherine Hawes, went 22-9 and won their own sectional last year, 3A. And both are off to fine starts already this season. Heritage Christian 6-0. Brebeuf Jesuit has 2 losses, but 2 larger schools, 4A teams, Carmel and Providence, both in 4-set matches. So these two teams look like they are headed towards maybe some big things again later stages of the season.
Yeah, both of these teams have had some great starts to their season, and not only that, but I expect some big hitting tonight. With a 2A defending state champions, a 3A defending sectional champion, they are going to be just hammering the ball tonight, and I expect nothing less than a thriller tonight here at the elementary school.
Last year, 30-4 last year for Heritage Christian and their coach Kyla Thomas. One of the teams to defeat them was Brebeuf in a Circle City Conference matchup. In 4 games, the Heritage Christian was defeated by Brebeuf. So you have to think that this Heritage Christian team with 10 seniors on their roster have probably had this match circled for quite some time.
Yeah, that's one thing you don't get over as a loss. So regardless of their outcome, they still remember all of those losses from last year, and they're going to try to revenge some of them this season.
So, as we said, one of those losses was to Brebeuf last year. Brebeuf, by the way, has beaten Heritage Christian 4 straight times. So that's something that Heritage Christian is going to try and stop here tonight at home, although it's not technically their home floor. It's the elementary gymnasium. They technically play across the street at the high school, but that's under construction right now. So they're playing their first several matches of the season here at this elementary school gymnasium. A little smaller gym, Anthony. They're going to limit the crowd size here tonight to 100 people. And so we're happy to have fans, and we're happy to be on site for sure.
Yeah, I expect it to be a thriller in here with a smaller gymnasium. We're right on top of each other. The fans are really close to the floor, and the sound is super loud. So I expect nothing more than great volleyball up in here.
Both teams have played matches earlier this week. We had for Brebeuf Jesuit for Heritage Christian beat Cecina the other night on 8-25. Beat them in 3 games to nothing. Raven Colvin, the big outside hitter for Heritage Christian, had 11 kills and 16 attempts, hitting at 500 in that one. Elizabeth Phillips added 9 kills in that one. Colvin had 6 total blocks. And, Anthony, when you look at Heritage Christian, certainly offensively, they're going to look to go through both Colvin and Phillips early in this match.
I mean, when you have someone like Raven Colvin to get behind, I would stay behind her all day, every day. She leads the team in kills, blocks, and aces. So the Purdue recruit is on fire to start this season, and I expect it to be the money ball tonight.
And her first 6 matches of the season, 64 kills. That's about 3.8 kills a set. 325 hitting percentage, which is 19th in the state right now. 9 aces and 50 service attempts and 25 blocks. Team total blocks 7th in the state. And so we turn to Brebeuf earlier this week. They had a match against Cardinal Ritter. That was actually last night. Won 3-0 at home in that one. Maddie Siegel, 13 kills in that one, which was about 4.3 kills per set in that match, and Greer Fraser added 12 kills. Defensively last night for the Braves, Delaney Siegman had 12 digs, and Lola Schumacher, who is a freshman libero, had 11 digs in that one as well. And as we talked about, the Braves just 2 losses, both to Providence and Carmel, 5A or 4A teams rather. Their only losses, and didn't lose either one of those matches by more than 4 points in any of those sets, Anthony. So this is definitely Brebeuf, a bigger school than Heritage. We said they've beaten them 4 straight times. This is going to be a formidable opponent here tonight for Heritage Christian.
It definitely is, and that Brebeuf team is so solid. They have so many players that they get involved in their action, and that's going to make a huge difference tonight, I believe. The thing about Heritage Christian is they're led by senior leaders with big hits, but Heritage is a balanced team that has a team that distributes the ball so well. They pass well, they serve well, they receive well, so I expect nothing more than greatness.
And so we're going to get ready to pause here shortly for the national anthem. We'll take a short time out here and be back with more high school volleyball here between Heritage Christian and the Brebeuf Jesuit Braves. on Heritage TV, powered by Indiana SRN.
In today's fast-moving business world, effectively marketing your company takes hard work, creativity, and the right team. With over 40 years of experience, PIP has been enabling companies large and small to find success in achieving their business objectives. We understand the challenges our clients face. That's why we have a variety of print solutions suited to fit your every need. Whatever your printing request may be, from a quick turnaround on a company brochure for an upcoming trade show, a direct mail piece that needs to be designed, printed, and mailed, to complex marketing projects, PIP is sure to have the right print solution for you. Nothing grabs attention like a well-crafted sign. It can transform virtually any surface into an eye-catching experience, boosting your marketing appeal. From banners, posters, floor graphics, and window decals, to wayfinding and yard signs. We not only help with sign design and getting it installed, we also integrate them into your overall marketing strategy, designed to help you win. PIP also provides best-in-class integrated marketing solutions to help you make the most out of your next campaign. Our approach to marketing ensures that your strategy is seamlessly executed across all media, online and offline, so your business always looks its best. At PIP, we understand it takes a team to achieve business growth, and that's why we're here to help. Get to know PIP and let us make your world a better place.
Along with Anthony Gully, I'm Eric Eaton. We're back here at the Heritage Christian Elementary School Gymnasium for volleyball here this evening between 6-0 Heritage Christian and 6-2 Brebeuf Jesuit. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both of the ball clubs. First for Brebeuf Jesuit. They are coached by Catherine Hawes in her second year with the Braves. The starters tonight will be number 1, Maddie Seigel, a junior and an outside hitter. Number 3, Sydney Robinson, a sophomore and an outside hitter. Number 6, Nija Gaddis, a sophomore, and she's the setter. Number 9, Greer Frazier, a senior, middle. And number 10 will be Elizabeth Phillips, a sophomore. She's also plays in the middle. And number 11, Delaney Seaman, is a sophomore and is listed as a actually kind of an all-around player is what we'll call her, listed a number of positions on the program. And the libero player, we'll see a lot of her, number 17, Lola Schumacher, a freshman, and she stepped in and done a nice job. The Braves only graduated 2 players last year, but one of them was their libero player, and Schumacher is off to a good start so far this year with 12 in the back row, 12 aces and 99 digs in 8 matches so far. Let's take a look now at the Heritage Christian lineup. Their head coach is Kyla Thomas. The starters will be number 4, Kinsey Myers, a 5'10", outside hitter and a senior. Number 8, Lily Snyder, 5'9", senior setter. Number 9, Abby Menon, 6'1", senior middle blocker. Number 11, Raven Colvin, 6'1", senior middle blocker. Number 12, Elizabeth Phillips, 5'10", outside hitter and a senior. Number 13, Abby Himes, 5'4", defensive specialist, is a senior. Their libero player will be Gracie Ledbetter, 5'7", and a senior. And Heritage Christian will be dressed in all black here this evening. And for Brebeuf, it's going to be maroon jerseys, black trunks, and gold numerals. And Brebeuf, there was no coin toss this season due to COVID-19 precautions. And so the visiting team will start first with the serve, and that will be Brebeuf. As both teams break huddle and now out to the floor. Our officials here tonight on the floor will be Zach McCrite, and up on the platform will be Carl Koopman. This is best out of 5. First team to win 3 sets out of the 5 will win the match. First 4 sets played to 25 points, and if we need a 5th set, it will be played to 15 points. So it looks like the officials meeting at the scorer's table, taking a look at both teams' rotations, and sends the ball back to behind the end line to Lola Schumacher of Brebeuf, and we're going to get the match underway with the libero player starting serve for Brebeuf. And a jump serve. Going to Colvin on the right side, and easy put away for Raven Coleman on the right side. 1-0 Heritage Christian off a nice set by Snyder.
You know, that's a great way to start the game with that back set slide, and Raven Coleman does nothing but put the ball straight in the middle of the court.
And now the Eagles will send Lily Snyder, the setter, back to serve. 1-0 Heritage Christian. And we get a block in the middle between Colvin and it looked like number 14, Amaya Lowry, and it's 2-0 Heritage Christian.
The Purdue standout recruit is already starting the game off nicely with a good kill and block.
Snyder again with the serve, good deep serve. And not a particularly good set there by the setter from Brebeuf. Gaddis looked like maybe misset that little bit and nobody was ready. It's 3-0 Heritage Christian, so that's an error there. Snyder again, good serving. Here's Gaddis, back setting. Here's a cross-court attack by Sydney Robinson, and it's going to be ruled out of bounds on that cross-court attack. 4-0 Heritage Christian. Good start for the Eagles.
Yeah, Brebeuf just seems to be a little off their game right now, so hopefully they can settle down with a nice pass here.
Snyder serving deep. Gaddis back setting again to Robinson. A roll shot. It's going to be dug by the Eagles. And here's a roll shot off the block by Myers. Brebeuf is scrambling for it, and they're going to be called for 4 hits. And it's 5-0 Heritage Christian. The Eagles off to a really good start in this match. In fact, we're going to get a timeout here from Catherine Hawes of the Brebeuf Jesuit Braves. And we'll step away for a short timeout here. You're watching Heritage TV, powered by Indiana SRN.
Life comes at you fast, so it's important to have some help along the way.
Ah, my favorite patient. Ah, my favorite patient.
When the dust settles, it doesn't always end as anticipated. Embrace the journey and care for the ones around you.
My favorite patient.
For everything else and every stage in between,
my favorite patient.
Methodist Sports Medicine is here for you.
And we're back. Continuing serve here is Snyder for Heritage Christian. A joust at the net. And it looks like they're going to catch Heritage Christian over the net there, Anthony, and get Brebeuf their first point.
Yeah, Raven was a little overzealous right there, and she just wanted to get into the action so bad that she reached over the net, which is a violation.
So Brebeuf gets their first point. They trail 5-1, and going back to serve will be Bella Schumacher for the Braves here in this opening game. Line drive serve. Here's Snyder. Colvin, left side, cross-court attack, and a kill for Raven Colvin, her second kill of this opening set. 6-1 Heritage Christian.
You know, a key for Brebeuf is going to be to stop Raven Colvin. And unless they can do that, this might be a quick night of the Braves.
We're going to get Maggie Ledbetter checking into the match now for Heritage Christian to serve. Good hard serving tonight by the Eagles. Gaddis setting out on the outside there to Siegel, and it's dug by Heritage Christian. Here's a bump set. Colvin rolls it across the net on a beautiful angle for Heritage Christian for another kill, and it's 7-1 Eagles.
The angle on that ball, she saw that the volleyball court was open over there in the short angle and placed it perfectly.
Ledbetter serves this one out of bounds. Service error against Heritage Christian. It's going to be 7-2 Heritage Christian on top. And back to serve will be Nigel Gaddis, the setter for Brebeuf. Snyder, the Colvin in the middle. That was dug initially by the Braves, but then goes out of bounds, and Colvin with her fourth kill, and it's now 8-2 Heritage Christian.
I mean, whether you have to use your head, your arm, your leg, anything that you can do to get Raven's ball off of the floor is going to be used here in this gym.
And she goes back to serve, and as Anthony talked about in the pregame show, very good server as well with the jump serve. Gaddis back setting. Here's Robinson cross-court attack. Dug by the Eagles. And here's a shot over on the right side by Lowry. Brebeuf coming the other way and gets a kill down back right corner. That kill registered by Delaney Seaman of the Braves, and it's 8-3 Eagles.
You know, that's the first kill tonight for the Braves, so it's going to be key to see if they can use that momentum to shift over here and get some more points.
And Brebeuf sends Greer Frazier back to serve here. Here's the set. And this time they're going to go to Phillips. It's dug by the Braves. Free ball, though, back to Heritage Christian. And a great chance here, a bump set. Here's Phillips again, a dink shot. And the Braves are there to cover it, but they're going to have to send a back roll shot from Frazier, dug by Heritage Christian. Now a free ball back to the Braves. Gaddis outside. Robinson, a roll shot off the Heritage block for a kill for Sidney Robinson, and it's 8-4 Heritage Christian.
Those are the long rallies that are going to be key to this match. The first team to be able to get the swing on the ball was the team that was able to get the kill.
Frazier, deep serve. And here's a dink by Lowry. Heritage Christian Robinson with a kill in the back middle. Sidney Robinson back-to-back kills now for the Braves, and that brings Brebeuf within 3, 8-5.
You know, looks like Brebeuf has now settled into their game, and that's going to be crucial.
Frazier continuing to serve deep. Snyder going to Phillips off the block, covered by the Braves. Gaddis on the outside to Robinson, off the block for a kill, and they're starting to get Robinson involved in this match over on that left side. The Braves are within 2 now at 8-6.
Robinson fired up on the floor right there, getting back-to-back kills. It is going to turn into a barn burner right now.
62 kills on the season for Robinson coming into this match, and here's an error. Greer serves this one out of bounds, so Heritage Christian gets the serve back now and leads 9-6 here at first set.
Nothing worse to stop your momentum than just selling the ball to the back of the court.
Number 13, Abby Himes checking in for Heritage Christian to serve. Serves it deep. Gaddis a bump set. Robinson again in the middle, dug by Heritage Christian. Here's Phillips on the attack, a roll shot. Heritage Christian from Gaddis to Robinson, off the block, and another kill for the sophomore Robinson of Brebeuf, as Brebeuf closes to within 2 now in this opening set at 9-7.
You know, this is going to be Brebeuf's time to actually step in, as Raven is off of the floor and on the sideline, so this is a perfect opportunity for Brebeuf to creep back into this match.
Maddie Siegel back to serve for the Braves. And a jump serve. A bump set to Phillips. Punches it over the net. It's covered by the Braves. Gaddis on the back set to Seaman. Dug by Heritage Christian. Here's an overpass sent back by Brebeuf, and then trying to tip it over, but into the net there was number 9, Abby Menon for Heritage Christian. That's an error, and so now it's 9-8. Heritage Christian still on top, but only by a point. Siegel with the jump serve again. Snyder to Phillips, and Phillips puts it down back middle for Heritage Christian, and that gives them a 2-point lead in this opening set, 10-8.
Phillips right there with a nice cross-court open shot. And now, this is going to be a rotation lineup that's going to be interesting, as the Braves has Heritage has neither one of their top hitters in the front row.
Elizabeth Phillips serving, serves hard. Gaddis sets it in the back row, and it's punched over by Robinson. Here's an outside attack coming from Myers, dug by Heritage Christian. And then it's rolled over by Brebeuf. In the middle, and nice up by Brebeuf. Set over the net there by Gaddis. And punched over by Myers of Heritage Christian, and sent back over the net by the libero player of Brebeuf. Myers again on the left side and gets a kill down. And Heritage Christian wins a lengthy rally and leads 11-8.
What a point right there. Brebeuf with an awesome dig that went off of her face, a pancake to keep the ball alive, and then they lost the point. But you know what? That's good defense right there by the Braves.
Sometimes you have to use every part of your body to keep the ball in play. As this serve goes out of bounds by Phillips, sends it back to the Braves, who trail 11-9 in this opening set. Delaney Seaman now serving for Brebeuf. Snyder Out on the outside to Myers. Myers goes up the line for a kill. Actually, they're going to say out of bounds. Just out of bounds there by Kinsey Myers on that attack. It's 11-10 Heritage Christian. As Seaman serves hard. Murphy back setting on the right side, and the attack is going to go out of bounds by Menon of Heritage Christian. And suddenly, after a nice start to Heritage Christian, we're now all tied in this opening set at 11 apiece.
This is that lineup that I talked to you about when Raven Coleman is out of the floor. Elizabeth Phillips in the back row. Heritage couldn't get anything done. Luckily for them, they got a serve into the net to be able to bring Colvin back onto the floor.
Seaman the service there. Back to serve now for Heritage Christian libero. Gracie Ledbetter. And Colvin up on that front row. Gaddis with a joust at the net with Myers. Still Heritage Christian with a roll shot, or Brebeuf with a roll shot. Here's Myers on the attack and gets a kill down. Back left corner as Heritage Christian takes the lead back now by 2 here in this opening set, 13-11.
What a big swing down the line. You don't see that very often, so that was a nice straight shot down the line.
13-11 Heritage Christian opening set. Ledbetter serving. Here's Gaddis with the set on the outside to Robinson, blocked, but not able to keep the block in play was Colvin and Snyder, so it'll be a kill for Robinson, and now it's 13-12 Heritage Christian.
That was a nice shot out there on the outside to tool that block. She saw the block up there, hit right into it to get that ball to push out of bounds.
Lola Schumacher, libero player for Brebeuf, on the serve. Snyder to Colvin, goes straight up in the air off the block for another kill. That's her 5th of this opening set, 14-12 Heritage Christian.
Yeah, it's going to be crucial for Brebeuf to get a side out right here to keep that rotations going so they can try to get Colvin out of the floor as soon as possible.
Lily Snyder, the setter for Heritage Christian, serving. Gaddis back setting to Robinson. She's going to hit that long out of bounds. Got too much hand on that, I think. It's 14-12 Heritage Christian.
Yeah, she hit that ball behind her. She caught, that's where she made contact. And with that back behind her, it just sailed the ball straight up and off the floor.
Actually, 15-12 Heritage Christian. Opening set. Snyder continuing to serve. Serves this one on a line drive. Tipped over by Gaddis. Snyder. Here's a dink shot by Colvin. Perfect position on that dink by Colvin, and it's 16-12. And you can get used to it sometimes, Anthony, a power hitter like that. Just keep swinging the power. Suddenly she goes with the dink.
And she just sees the ball in the floor so clearly that she saw that open hole and was able to place it clearly as day.
Gaddis to Robinson, the roll shot. Libero player covers nicely. Quick set to Colvin. A nice dig by Brebeuf. They're going to get a free ball back over, a hard free ball to Heritage Christian. And now Myers sends a free ball back to Brebeuf. Gaddis on the outside to Robinson. Covered nicely in the back row there by Phillips. Here's Myers going the other way. A kill for Heritage Christian. 17-12 Heritage Christian is now, they're getting their momentum back in this match, and Coach Hawes of Brebeuf realizes it takes a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well with Heritage Christian up by 5, 17-12. This is high school volleyball here on Heritage TV, powered by Indiana SRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
I want to remind everybody to subscribe to the Indiana SRN YouTube channel. There's all kinds of exciting stuff on there, so be sure to check that out, the Indiana SRN YouTube channel. 17-12, Heritage Christian on top of Brebeuf here in this opening set. Heritage Christian with the serve. It's Lily Snyder serving it deep. Gaddis bump setting to Robinson. Cross-court shot dug nicely by Ledbetter, and she's going to send a free ball back to Brebeuf. Gaddis back setting, and a block by Myers, but Brebeuf recovers, and they recover again. Now a joust, and Colvin's going to win that joust at the net, and Heritage Christian now rolls to a 6-point lead in the opening set, 18-12.
You know, Brebeuf is doing everything that they can, and it's still not enough because Heritage Christian is that good of a team.
Snyder again on the serve. Gaddis deep out on the outside to Robinson. She's going to hit that one into the top of the net. And it's 19-12 now, Heritage Christian opening set.
Starting to get away from him, the Braves, you know. Hopefully we can get a good pass, set, and kill right here for them.
Snyder on a line drive. A joust again at the net. Brebeuf a roll shot on basically a free ball. Here's Colvin, and the Braves just have no answer for Colvin in that middle hitter position here tonight. She gets a clean set. She's going to put it away. It's 20-12 Heritage Christian.
Yeah, with Colvin up there, you can't afford to send free balls over the net, so it's crucial for Brebeuf to get a good pass right here to their setter so she can be established.
Snyder continuing to serve hard. Gaddis, quick set in the middle to Frazier. And Heritage Christian responds, though. They get the dig and they get the kill from Kinsey Myers. And it's 22-12 Heritage Christian.
But right there was able to get Heritage out of rotation so they couldn't go to Calvin, but she still couldn't get a point.
So 21-12. Gaddis a bump set. Bump set it over the net. And it was punched back over by Heritage Christian. Here's a roll shot here by Seaman. Myers the other way, cross-court angle for a kill for Heritage Christian. Myers has really had a nice set as well on the outside there, Anthony, here in this opening set as well.
Those balls coming from Heritage Christian are coming so hard, so fast, and so deep that Brebeuf can't do anything with those.
22-12. And here's a big-time kill on the right side by, I believe it was Gaddis on that kill for Brebeuf, and now it's 22-13.
You know, that's what I was talking about. They were able to get a good pass to their setter. Their setter was able to set her feet, plant herself, push it up, and the outside was able to attack because the ball was nicely set in the air.
Bella Schumacher serving. Here's an attack and a kill in the middle by Amaya Lowry. It really doesn't matter who's playing middle for Heritage Christian. They're just having all kinds of success in the middle hitter position, 23-13.
I mean, what can you say? They're just that good of a team. It's now for Brebeuf to start this set off with some good passing because that's something that they lacked in that first set, which let that first set get away. So hopefully Brebeuf can settle in, get some good passing.
And as you say that, Anthony, they do not get a good pass down as Gracie Ledbetter gets an ace for the Eagles to start 1-0.
Good way to start for Heritage. Not the best way to start for the Braves.
1-0 Eagles. Ledbetter serving. Gaddis scrambling for the set. Now a free ball, good free ball by Brebeuf. Heritage Christian sends it back to the Braves. Here's a run up by Robinson. Overpass, sent back over, tipped over by Colvin then. Gaddis to Robinson, blocked over there by Colvin and Snyder over on the far side. 2-0 Eagles here in the second set.
Yeah, I mean, when you send the ball over there, you have to expect that they're going to get a block on you, so they need their setter to go a little distance in between the net and themselves, so that way they have some space to do something with that ball.
Gracie Ledbetter continuing to serve here, libero player for the Eagles. Number 1 ranked team in the state in 2A. Gaddis back setting on the right side to Elizabeth Phillips. Doug. Here's Colvin. Colvin hit that ball in the top of the net and did not clear the net, so it'll end up being 4 hits called on the Eagles, 2-1 in favor of Heritage Christian's second set.
Yeah, hopefully this right here can set some Brebeuf up with some motivation and some encouragement and excitement to get some better action here in the second set.
Libero player for them, Bella Schumacher, stays down on the serve rather. Here's a shot by Myers off the Brebeuf block out of bounds and a kill for Myers. 3-1 Heritage Christian.
Yeah, Kinsey Myers stepping up on the outside tonight. You don't really hear her name that much when you talk about this Heritage Christian team, but she's putting herself on the books tonight.
Lily Snyder serving for the Eagles. Gaddis back setting to Greer Frazier. On the right side gets a kill for Brebeuf. 3-2 in favor of the Eagles of Heritage Christian here in this second set.
Yeah, right now Maddie Siegel on the outside over there for Brebeuf, and it's going to be crucial and key for their success that they use her every time that they get a chance because she has been their moneymaker.
Delaney Seaman on to serve now for the Braves, a jump server. Here's Colvin off the block, sent back over by Brebeuf. A bump set. Myers with a free ball to Brebeuf. Gaddis going out on that far side over there to Siegel, and she is blocked by Heritage Christian for another Eagle point. And they take a 4-2 lead.
Raven right there, Raven Colvin with that block, and she screamed across the net of excitement, staring the player down, letting her know that, like, not in my house are you going to bring that stuff.
Kendall Hickey, short serve, very short serve, overpass. A bump set. And here's a powerful attack by Lowry. The Braves look like they're going to have to send a free ball back over to Heritage Christian. Snyder.
Colvin hit that ball just out of bounds.
Yeah, I was going to say that was so quick. And just sails out just a little bit. 4-3 now.
The great thing about Raven is, though, she saw the opening. There was an opening over here in the front corner. She was trying to go for it just a little too much.
Nija Gaddis, the serve. It'll sail long for Brebeuf. Heritage Christian leading 5-3 here.
You know, those are the things Brebeuf can't afford to do. With the way that this Heritage Christian team is, you just have to get the ball in bounds. I know they're trying to be aggressive and serve hard, but hard and out is not going to get it done.
Raven Colvin back to serve, the senior for the Heritage Christian Eagles. Gaddis back setting here to Siegel, and Siegel's going to get a kill here for Brebeuf. Makes it 5-4 in favor of the Heritage Christian in the second set.
Nice shot by Siegel over there to find the cross-court opening and just put it down in there. Heritage Christian couldn't dig it up.
Greer Frazier now. Line drive serve. Snyder, a back set. There to Lowry, dug by Brebeuf. Here's Frazier. Big time attack by Frazier. The Eagles cover, send it back to Brebeuf. And then they send a free ball over, and then nobody covering the middle for Heritage Christian. The ball falls harmlessly to the floor, and Brebeuf is now drawn even in the second set at 5.
This is the lineup that is going to, this one and the next, these rotations, when Raven is off the floor, this is where Brebeuf could make a move.
Frazier serving. Snyder to Phillips, off the block, dug by Brebeuf. The run up there by Siegel, she was blocked, roll shot in the back row. And we're going to get a net violation called on Heritage Christian, I believe, here, and the Brebeuf will take a 6-5 lead.
Yeah, Heritage, knowing that they need to get out of this rotation, trying to do as much as they can, and they were into the net.
Greer Frazier serves deeper this time. Bump set by the libero, and it goes over the net for it was a joust, punched back over by Heritage Christian, but I think a double hit's going to be called on Heritage Christian. 7-5 Brebeuf.
Yeah, 2 contacts made right there from the senior Elizabeth Phillips, trying to do a little too much in that play. Heritage looks frazzled.
Snyder back setting on the right side to Lowry. Dug by Brebeuf. Here's the run up, and the ball hit into the net by Siegel. Attack here there by Siegel. 7-6 Brebeuf here in this second set.
That's a tough swing to take from Siegel right there. The ball's coming from behind her, so she's having to stare behind her to try to make that contact and then try to swing forward. It just didn't work out for her, as it does it most of the time.
Paige Hickey. Jump serve for Heritage Christian. Gaddis. And setting up Seaman, but was blocked there by the Heritage Christian block, and now we're even at 7 apiece here in this second set.
A nice block right there by Elizabeth Phillips to get her hands just over the net and put up that wall.
And another deep serve here by Hickey. Seaman block. Brebeuf still on the attack. Seaman again, dug by Heritage Christian. Phillips going the other way on a roll shot, dug by Brebeuf. Gaddis back setting to Seaman, off the block, and a kill for Delaney Seaman of Brebeuf, and they're on top 8-7 now in this second set.
You know what? She's like, I'm just going to keep going. I missed that first one. I'm going to go again. She missed that next one. I'm going to go again. And finally, the third time was the charm as Brebeuf got that kill.
Maddie Siegel back to serve for the Braves. Run up on the jump serve. Serves it deep and out of bounds.
You know, Brebeuf has had 4 or 5 out-of-bounds serves tonight. And with a game that's this close, it's 8-8 here. They could have made it more competitive, so we had to settle down and get those serves into play.
Into serve now for Heritage Christian, number 5, Maddie Ledbetter. Gaddis set, but it was kind of just rolled over there by Robinson. And we get Brebeuf into the net here, Anthony.
Yeah, there was right in the neutral plane. They were both trying to go a joust at it. She missed the ball, hit the net. Point for Heritage Christian.
9-8 now, Heritage Christian. Ledbetter the serve, good serve. Roll shot by Robinson on the far side. And there's Myers off the block for another kill for her for Heritage Christian, and they lead 10-8 second set.
The last couple of plays, Brebeuf has not been able to get a pass to their setter, and the result was lost points. So hopefully they can just plant their feet right here and get the good pass.
Maggie Ledbetter. Here's an overpass and putting it away on first contact on the one-timer. There is Abby Menon, and boy, those overpasses will kill you every time, Anthony. 11-8, Heritage Christian.
Yeah, they got to settle down and get those passes in. And that's killing them in this match. You know, that's not the way to win, and that's volleyball 101. You've got to get the ball to your setter so that way you can get a hit.
We'll be back after a short timeout.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong or to simply pack up and move.
What your team to do after a timeout is come in and just shank that pass.
Maggie Ledbetter. Line drive serve, deep line drive serve. Gaddis. Outside Robinson off the block, and we're going to get a violation here against Heritage Christian.
Yeah, you know, those are so tough and tight to call. You know, sometimes as a coach, you don't think that the net is moving at all. You don't see that they're in the net, but, you know, those are judgment calls, and there's nothing you can do about it.
12-9. Delaney Seaman on the serve, deep serve. Snyder. And there's Myers again. And Brebeuf just doesn't, they've had no answer for Myers on that outside, and they need to really get her contained a little bit, especially when Colvin's on the sideline. And to be able to have Myers as effectively as she has been, that explains why they lead 13-9 in the set.
Yeah, that was Brebeuf's time to shine, and they let those crucial points get away.
And hitting into the net here for Brebeuf on an attack here is Elizabeth Phillips. And the lead now grows to 13-9 in favor of the Eagles. Grace Ledbetter on the serve. Gaddis out on the outside of Robinson. A roll shot right into the middle of the floor. Great placement there by Sydney Robinson for the kill. 13-10, Heritage Christian.
Smart shot. You know, if you can't hit through the block, you got to hit around the block. And that's just what she did right there, finding that open hole with a little dinker.
Bella Schumacher comes on to serve. A deep line drive. Snyder the bump set. There's Myers again. Nice up by Brebeuf, but they're going to have to respond for the free ball from Schumacher. Snyder back setting to Colvin on the right side, and yet another kill for Heritage Christian and Raven Colvin.
And a celebration here tonight as Raven Colvin has just hit her 1,000th kill as a Heritage Christian volleyball player.
Yeah, they're stopping the play here for the moment, giving her a nice ovation here tonight. Raven Colvin, 1,000 kills here at Heritage Christian.
That's a huge high school accomplishment. Congratulations to her. 1,000 kills here. Welcome to the 1,000 Club, Raven.
14-10, the senior from Heritage Christian giving the Eagles the 14th point here in the second set with that kill. And Lily Snyder on the serve. Gaddis back setting to Frazier. And
you know, that right there, as our angle is right on top of that net, they called that a block out of bounds, but actually that ball didn't cross the net. It went straight into the net, so we're both able to sneak away with a point right there.
And they trim the Heritage Christian lead to 3, 14-11. Jump serve here by Brebeuf. Snyder into the middle there to Lowry, and she was blocked in the middle for a point by Brebeuf. I believe it might have been Greer Frazier on that block for Brebeuf.
You know, that's okay. She's young. She'll take it off, and she'll come back here with the next one.
14-12. Brebeuf down by 2. Snyder to Colvin. Roll shot blocked by Brebeuf. Heritage Christian still on the attack. A back row attack by Phillips and dug nicely by Brebeuf. Gaddis on the outside there to Siegel. Covered by Heritage Christian, dinked over by Myers and covered by Brebeuf. In the middle now is Siegel with a kill for the Brebeuf Braves. Trims the Heritage Christian lead to 1 at 14-13 second set.
You know, I thought that play was all broken up and out of system, and Elizabeth Siegel right there moved to the middle, or Maddie Siegel was able to put it down from the middle shot.
Jump serve again. Out on the outside, Colvin. Big time shot goes back over the net, out of bounds for a kill for Colvin. 15-13 Heritage Christian.
You know, the game was getting a little too close, and so what do? You send it to your stud. Raven right there, Raven Colvin, just put it down and started to get the points back over on the Heritage side.
Jump serve there. Gaddis out on the outside to Siegel. Cross-court angle, tough angle. Siegel cannot keep it in play. Point for Heritage Christian. They lead 16-13.
You know, she overcooked that ball, but that's what they have to do to be able to win this match. They cannot be afraid to go up and swing and try to get some good, heavy balls.
Gaddis with a joust with Phillips, won by Phillips. Brebeuf cannot quite clear it back over the net here. I think they're going to be called for 4 hits.
No, actually, that ball was going over the net. It was touched by a Heritage player in the attempt to block it, and that block went out of bounds.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification. 16-13. As Gaddis serves, very short serve. Here's a shot by Phillips here on the near side. 17-14 on the kill by Phillips of Heritage.
Yeah, it's nice to see Elizabeth Phillips actually get the ball up and in and get some contribution in this game, as she is not as mighty and powerful yet so far in this game as normal.
And a line shot here by Seaman. And then Brebeuf's going to end up getting a point here.
Yeah, some miscommunication right there between some 2 Heritage players. Colvin was going up to swing at that ball. Elizabeth Phillips ran underneath there, got all bumped into each other, and that ball went under the net.
17-15. Here's Greer Frazier serving for Brebeuf. Snyder. And tackle on the far sideline, dug by Brebeuf, and a dink there by Siegel, covered by Heritage Christian. Roll shot from the libero. Gaddis outside. Siegel, cross-court angle, nice up there by the libero again. Here's Phillips with a dink, covered by Brebeuf. A back set. And that's Elizabeth Phillips there on that attack, dug by Heritage. And long rally here. Gaddis sets it over the net, but Heritage is there. And then the tip there by Lowry. And Brebeuf's unable to get it back over to the other side. And it's another Heritage point here.
Long rally right there, won by Heritage Christian. Those are the ones that Brebeuf needs to win, especially right here in this lineup. As you see, Raven is off of the floor, and this is the time that Brebeuf is going to look to come back into the set.
18-15. Served by Paige Hickey. It's going to go out of bounds. 18-16 now. Brebeuf to serve with Maddie Siegel.
Tried a little floater right there, just sailed to the back of the court.
Siegel on the jump serve. Snyder to Phillips, covered by Brebeuf. Robinson, a roll shot, gets a kill down in the back right corner. 18-17 Heritage Christian here, second set.
Nice defense right there coming in from the Braves, and they were able to dig those balls and then put it down, bringing them within 1 point as Siegel continues to serve.
Siegel on the jump serve. Snyder on the back set, a tip here by Menon, covered by Brebeuf. Here's Delaney Seaman. We get a block. We get a point for Heritage Christian.
Yeah, that block went right on the line. Couldn't get it closer than that. And Heritage able to get the point.
19-17 Heritage Christian. In to serve now, number 5, Maggie Ledbetter for the Eagles. Gaddis out on the outside to Robinson. Cross-court angle goes out of bounds for a hitting error. Point for the Heritage Christian Eagles. They lead 20-17, second set. as Maggie Ledbetter serves. Gaddis, quick set in the middle to Elizabeth Phillips and gets a kill.
Nice quick middle hit right there from Elizabeth Phillips. I haven't seen her do that very much this game, so hopefully that Brebeuf will start bringing in more of the middle to get that quick action and catch Heritage off guard.
20-18, Delaney Seaman back to serve now for the Brebeuf Braves. Snyder sets in the back row to Phillips and then gets a kill down. Not a good passer. That pass went sideways from Seaman out of bounds. 21-18, Heritage Christian.
Yeah, she wasn't there. She stood up on that pass, which made the ball shank away. She just needs to plant her feet and just let herself absorb the ball.
Gracie Ledbetter, libero player here. Serving, serves deep and serves long out of bounds. Point for Brebeuf. Down by 2 here in the second set, 21-19.
You know, one thing that I do like about Brebeuf is they've played some much better volleyball. They've had better passes, good hits. They've communicated, and that's why this set is much closer than it was in the first one.
Set to Myers. Dug by Brebeuf. Gaddis out on the outside. Robinson the dink. And the ball into the net. Dug out of the net by Colvin. Rolled back over by Phillips. Great recovery. Gaddis on the outside. Punched over by Robinson. Here's a quick set to Colvin for a kill. It's 22-19, and Colvin just continues to be the nemesis of Brebeuf. It looked like they were going to get a point, Anthony, and she dug a ball out of the net defensively.
I mean, they had a dig air back here, and she was able to get down, get that ball up, and then reset and put that ball away for the kill.
Lily Snyder now on the serve for Heritage Christian. Gaddis to Robinson off the block, dug by Phillips in the back row. Now a shot by Lowry. Overpass, tipped over by Colvin. We get a violation there, I think, here against Heritage Christian.
Yeah, so actually she just tipped that ball right on the outside. You know, she thought it was in. It was really close. But what can you do? The line judge said, no.
22-20, Heritage Christian leading the second set here after they took the opening set 25-15. Lola Schumacher on to serve for Brebeuf. Snyder a back set to Myers. Myers now over on the other side, gets a kill. And it's 23-20 as Myers continues to play a really nice match tonight for Heritage Christian as she checks out now.
You know, that's one of the key assets of having someone like Raven Colvin on your court, because the Brebeuf team was creeping towards Raven, and then they set it back. No one was able to get their hands up, and she was able to just put it down on the outside.
Kendall Hickey on the serve. Gaddis a bump set. And into the net on the attack is Maddie Siegel for Brebeuf, a hitting error. And that gives Heritage Christian game point now at 24-20.
She just tried to do too much with that ball, and it just went into the net.
Hickey again on the serve. Gaddis a back set. Ball hit into the net, and it'll be 4 hits called on Brebeuf as Fraser's shot went into the net. And so the second game will go to Heritage Christian 25-20. They lead 2-0 over Brebeuf Jesuit here this evening in high school volleyball. Here on Heritage TV, powered by Indiana SRN. We'll step away for a short timeout, and we'll be back for the start of the third game right after this.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
Our family has been very happy working with Wallflower Pictures.
Because they make sure that I get the acting skills that I need in this industry and the education that I need.
Wallflower Pictures supports UV's journey in the industry. They're very passionate about his growth, and they're very professional and attentive to our needs.
And I truly believe in the projects I've worked on, like For the Boys and
The walk.
We love working with Wallflower Pictures.
I remind everybody to subscribe to the Indiana SRN YouTube channel again, and you can learn about football as well on that YouTube channel. And speaking of football, we're going to remind everybody of the broadcast coming up tomorrow night on the Indiana SRN networks. We've got Mount Vernon at Richmond, Cecina at Speedway, Rushville at Covenant Christian, Decatur Central at Perry Meridian. And for more information on all those games and to go and watch them, go to indianasrn.org. 2-0, Heritage Christian on top of Brebeuf here tonight here at Heritage Christian. High school volleyball, number 1 ranked team in 2A, Heritage Christian, 30-4 last year and off to a 6-0 start so far this season, and leads 2-0 in this match. And Anthony, Brebeuf really did battle hard in that second game. They've just got to even step it up and take it yet to another level, though, if they want to get a game off this Heritage Christian team.
Yeah, in that second set, they were able to settle down to a little bit more with their passing, their setting, their killing. You know, they were able to, just talk and communicate better, and that brought them much closer in that second set. But when they increased their performance level, Heritage Christian also upped their game a level. And, I'm super impressed right now with number 4, Kinsey Myers of Heritage Christian. She has stepped up and she has battled hard tonight, almost with as many kills as Raven. And so she's doing some amazing things. Just as Brebeuf is coming back, they give the ball over to Myers. Myers puts it down. That's the reason why Heritage was able to pull that away.
And you talked about a little at the end of that second game, Raven Colvin being an outstanding player. And she's just such an outstanding player that she makes really good players even tremendous players.
I mean, when you have someone like her in the gym with you every day, that just only inspires you and motivates you that you want to be at that level. And if you can learn from her, I love that she is taking these players under her wings and getting them better.
Bella Schumacher serving to start this third game for the Braves. Back row attack from Phillips by Heritage Christian. Gaddis back setting to Greer Frazier for a kill for Brebeuf, and Brebeuf will start this third set with a 1-0 lead.
Brebeuf's first lead start of the game, so hopefully they can use this to motivate them and get some points in a row.
Bella Schumacher serving again. Snyder sets it over the net. Brebeuf coming the other way with a roll shot by Robinson. Tipped over by Myers. Brebeuf trying to scramble, but the ball's going to go into the scorer's table out of bounds, and that'll tie this third set at 1.
Heritage has started this set a little shaky, but they were able to come away with that point. So fortunate for them, we're at a tie instead of being at a 2-0 advantage.
Lily Snyder will serve for Heritage Christian. Eagles lead 2-0. They win this third set, the match will be over. And hitting into the net here on an attack here is Sydney Robinson, but looks like they may get Heritage on a violation here, Anthony.
Yeah, that ball actually just crept right inside of the block, so It was a kill right there. Good
kill then.
For Brebeuf.
Sydney Robinson with the kill, 2-1 Brebeuf. And now we get Lola Schumacher with the jump serve for the Braves. Snyder, tipped over by Colvin, covered by Brebeuf. Gaddis. And it's blocked there. Siegel on that attack. Brebeuf still on the attack. Siegel again, blocked again, goes back over the net. There's Colvin to put it away. And it's 2-2 second set. Or third set, rather.
If Brebeuf wants to win that point, they have to keep the ball away from Raven. She was there every time. Block, and then finally the kill.
Kendall Hickey comes on to serve for Heritage Christian. Gaddis a bump set. Roll shot in the back row by Seaman. And here's a big-time shot over on the far side by Lowry for a kill for Heritage Christian. Eagles lead this third set 3-2.
Nice kill over there by Lowry. Not a name that we mention very often, but when she made that contact, the sound of it sounded like it was going to be good, and it was.
Kendall Hickey runs up on the jump serve. Joust at the net, won by the Eagles. Brebeuf still on the attack. Roll shot there by Siegel. Here's Phillips, a roll shot off the block there of Frazier and inbounds for a point for Heritage Christian. So give Phillips a kill, 4-2 Eagles.
All those contacts on the Heritage sides were so wonky and out of system, but Phillips was able to find that open court when she got to swing.
Hickey, line drive serve. Gaddis, roll shot there by Siegel. And here's Colvin. Dug initially, but then the pass goes out of bounds into the Brebeuf bench. Another kill for Colvin, 5-2 Heritage Christian.
And Brebeuf not playing right here like they want to play. They're not settling down and sitting into those passes, and therefore all of their passes have made their setter run, and she couldn't get a good set. So hopefully right here they can plant their feet and get a good pass.
Kendall Hickey again on that serve. Gaddis, quick set in the middle to Frazier. Bump set by the libero. Here's an attack by Phillips. And the return pass goes out of bounds by Brebeuf. Another point for Heritage Christian. They extend their lead here in the third set to 6-2. And that'll give us a timeout here for the Brebeuf Braves. And Coach Kat Howes, Anthony knows that she needs to get this momentum stopped here quickly, or otherwise Heritage Christian very well could win this in 3 games.
You know, that last play right there was a great pass, but the setter, instead of passing it outside to their moneymaker player, Maddie Siegel, who's on the outside right now, she decided to back set it, and that did not work out for them. And I think that the coach is going to talk and be like, listen, when we get a good pass, we have to use those passes to our advantage, and that's something that they haven't been able to do. So I wouldn't be surprised if when they came back here, if they got a good pass, the ball goes straight outside to the junior, Maddie Siegel, who's been able to just carry this team on her shoulders so far, whether it's been on the defensive end or it's been on the outside of end. So I'm looking for that to happen.
Kendall Hickey continuing to serve for the Eagles. They lead it by 4 points here in this third set, 6-2 on the jump serve. Gaddis, Frazier, and Frazier's going to get a kill down for Brebeuf. Much needed kill there as Brebeuf now cuts the lead in half, 6-3 Eagles, third set.
And you know, that's the great thing about volleyball. Right there, I was using my coaching brain thinking, oh, this ball is probably going to go outside to Siegel. They changed it up, give it a back set, and they got the point.
Nyjah Gaddis, good serve. Heritage scrambling a little bit. Phillips a roll shot. Gaddis back setting again. This time it was Delaney Seaman with the attack. Dug by Heritage. Phillips is blocked. Bump set. Lowry, nice up by Gaddis. Here's a bump set and a roll shot by Siegel. A tip by Colvin into the net, and Brebeuf unable to dig the ball out of the net. Another kill for Raven Colvin, 7-3 Heritage Christian.
You know, just when you think that they're out of system, Heritage, and they're not going to be able to do much with it, it's the little things that Raven does that's able to help set her apart and help her team excel to victories.
4-point lead for Heritage Christian. Third set, Raven Colvin jump serve. Gaddis a back set. Here's Siegel. Hits that ball long out of bounds, though. 8-3 Heritage Christian.
You know, this is what I hate the most about volleyball is the lineups. You know, this is not Siegel's prime time position, so trying to hit on the left side, not what she usually does, and hit that ball out of bounds.
Colvin serves deeper this time. Gaddis, quick set in the middle there to Frazier. Dug by Heritage Christian. Phillips going the other way on the roll shot. Dug by Brebeuf. Gaddis. Big time shot by Siegel. Goes back to Brebeuf on the overpass. Siegel again. Blocked up front by Abby Menon of Heritage Christian. 10-3 Eagles here in the third set.
You know, those were some big swings out there. And then Heritage with the big arms right in front of that shot. Put it straight down. Stuffed block right there for Heritage Christian.
Actually 9-3 in favor of Heritage here. Colvin again. Short serve. Gaddis. Sent over by Seaman, dug by Heritage. Phillips, cross-court angle, dug by Brebeuf. And just barely getting it over there was Siegel. Here's Lowry blocked. Heritage does get a free ball back over to Brebeuf from her knees. Gaddis. Roll shot by Siegel. Did she get it down?
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
What a perfect place and shot right there by Maddie Siegel. The Heritage Christian defense was easing in because they knew that that ball was off the net, so it was going to be a roll. They thought roll in the center of the floor. Maddie saw the player move and placed it right down that line.
A good set, too. Nyjah Gaddis set that ball from her knees on the floor. And a joust here, punched over, and the point will be won by Heritage Christian.
Yeah, that ball right into the Brebeuf block. The block hit the ball into the antenna. Therefore, the point off to Heritage Christian.
10-4, 6-point lead for the Eagles. On to service Paige Hickey. Gaddis, run up by Siegel.
a throw right there. You know, she just took that ball from behind, picked it up, tried to dunk it, and they called her for a carry.
Yeah, legal hit there. 11-4 now in favor of the Eagles. Paige Hickey serves again on the short jump serve. Gaddis, quick set in the middle to Elizabeth Phillips. And here's Phillips for Heritage Christian, blocked. And she is blocked by, I believe, Elizabeth Phillips of Brebeuf.
Yeah, a battle of the Elizabeth Phillips right there. Won by the Phillips from Brebeuf.
11-5 in favor of Heritage. Jump serve by Siegel. Here's Elizabeth Phillips and gets a kill in the back corner down.
Oh, that ball was a close one. The line judge says it was in. It looked really close to me, but you know, we'll go with the line judge who's right on it and give the point to Heritage Christian.
11-5 now. Here's Maggie Ledbetter on to serve for the Eagles. Line drive. Gaddis. Here's Seaman on the attack, and she's going to get a kill for Brebeuf. Delaney Seaman. Actually, they're going to say out of bounds. 13-5 now. I think the scoreboard actually missed a point prior. Now they've got it right. 13-5. Gaddis to Seaman off the block. Heritage Christian tipped over there by Myers. Gaddis going to Robinson. Robinson gets a kill down in the middle for Brebeuf. Makes it 13-6 Heritage Christian.
You know, we've said all night, this is when the Brebeuf needs to make their move when Raven is not on the court. But then every time I've said that, Myers has stepped up. So we'll see if Brebeuf has learned their lesson and starts putting a double nice block on Myers on the outside.
Delaney Seaman on the line drive serve. Here's an attack by Menon. She's blocked. Heritage Christian still on the attack. Pushed over on a free ball by Abby Phillips. Gaddis on the outside to Robinson. Blocked over there again. And that time it was Abby Menon over there with Snyder. Those two have teamed up a couple of times now for some blocks. Anthony, they lead 14-6.
Yeah, that was their time to shine. And then it's nice stuff block. Put the ball straight down. Brings Raven Colvin back on to the front row for Heritage Christian.
Gracie Ledbetter will serve. Robinson. Nice roll shot there by Robinson. Perfect angle on that roll shot, Anthony.
You know, that was the best pass, best set, and the best thought shot of this set. Nicely played by Brebeuf. I would not be surprised if this ball goes to Colvin as the coach steps in, whispers a little something in her ear, and then playback resumes.
Bella Schumacher serving, libero player for Brebeuf. There's a back set. Colvin with the tip. Covered by Brebeuf. Robinson, roll shot. Nice cover by Phillips, but it'll end up going out of bounds. And she came from a long ways, but could not get the pass to the setter. 14-7 in favor of Brebeuf.
Yeah, that ball was just over the head of Paige Hickey, but, you know, Phillips saw that she was going to not be able to get there. Came running in, tried to get it, but it just went out of bounds.
Bella Schumacher, line drive serve. Snyder to Colvin, and she puts that away easily. 15-8, Heritage Christian.
You know, when you have a player that good on your front line, there's not much that you can do. There's just jump and hope that you get some contact. Brebeuf has not been able to do that so far yet tonight. And thanks to that, Colvin has been able to put down ball after ball.
Lily Snyder, setter for Heritage Christian serving. Here's Gaddis. Run up by Robinson, dug by Heritage Christian. Lowry off the tip and dug by Brebeuf. Now Robinson up the line.
A nice touch right there to pull that block. Use their hands to push it to the outside. Get the kill for Brebeuf.
Sydney Robinson, another kill for her. It's 15-9, Heritage Christian on top. Brebeuf with the serve. Lola Schumacher. Jump serve. Overpass. And sent down by Greer Frazier for a kill.
You know, she jumped just a little too soon and cut that ball off. Hit the net. She got lucky right there. But, you know, sometimes you take those lucky ones. A point is still a point.
And an unusual unforced error there by Heritage Christian on that overpass. Lola Schumacher serving again. Might have clipped the net. Goes again on an overpass, but this time Heritage Christian gets away from it as a ball handling error on the libero for Brebeuf. Gives Heritage Christian a point, 16-10. Heritage Christian very fortunate there, Anthony.
I think Frazier was a little cut off guard with her first overpass that she hit into the net, but she tried to not do it again, and then nothing happened on that play.
This serve does clip the net. And there's Greer Frazier on the attack and another kill as they start to get Greer Frazier involved a little bit more in the offense. And it's 16-10 in favor of Brebeuf.
Yeah, that's one thing that I was talking about earlier, is that Brebeuf team is so balanced that they can set the ball to so many different players and they can be able to put it down. So they need all of their players to be able to step up so they can get back into this match.
Heritage Christian on top, 16-11. Here's Gaddis with the serve. Big time up there in the back row by Schumacher. Here's a block by Colvin for Heritage Christian. And they extend their lead to 17-11 here in this third set.
And that's one thing that you can't do with Heritage Christian. I know that they are all coming into cover for that block, but you have to keep one person back in case that ball does ricochet off into the air like that. And no one was home in that point, so therefore, block went straight down.
Raven Colvin, jump serve. Gaddis, a bump set. Tipped over there by, I believe it was Seaman. And going the other way is Menon. Brebeuf on the attack. And Seaman hits into the net, I think. Point for Heritage Christian, 17-11.
Yeah, Heritage Christian is getting away with some good points right now as Brebeuf seems to be all out of system. Brebeuf is not passing well. They're not communicating well. Their coach is like, we have to cut a timeout on the floor. So hopefully in this timeout, they're going to talk about the key to success is going to be that pass and that communication.
So it's 18-11 right now in favor of Heritage Christian. And one thing that might work in their advantage right now, Heritage Christian, they're a very good ball club, but teams sometimes overlook some other teams at this point in the match when you've got a big 2-0 set lead and you're up 18-11. Is this a point in time where a team might be able to creep back in a little bit?
I would have said that earlier, but now that the way that they're just throwing off and that momentum is on their side of the court, once they've started to just relax and play Heritage Volleyball, they've really taken this match and got away from them.
And, of course, we talked about this is a rough team that beat them last year, too. So
right, and we talked about that revenge and that fact that they wanted to get that. And since they beat them 4 times in a row, these players have that on their mind.
Raven Colvin serving for Heritage Christian, 18-11. Short serve. Overpass, tipped down and put away by Elizabeth Phillips, of Heritage Christian. 19-11, Heritage Christian.
It seems right now that Heritage can't do anything wrong. They can place the ball on that serve, they overpass it, and just place it again on those balls.
Raven Colvin, jump serve, deep serve. Gaddis, a bump set. And there's a roll shot there by Seaman. Here's Elizabeth Phillips blocked, and that's going to result in a point for Brebeuf. A block there by Greer Frazier. Heritage couldn't recover. It's 19-12, Heritage Christian.
Yeah, nice block right there from Greer Frazier. And then in rewards, she gets to go to the back and serve the ball over.
So Greer's going to see if she can serve Brebeuf back into this set a little bit. Set to Elizabeth Phillips.
And the setter was over the line under the net. Therefore, a violation and point to Brebeuf.
And they've got a veteran senior setter in Lily Snyder, not an error that you would typically see him make, but they do there. 19-13. Frazier. Snyder, not a particularly good set. Punched over, though, by Lowry. Then sent the other way by Seaman. Free ball from Heritage Christian. Gaddis going out on the outside to Siegel. Dug by Heritage. Here's Phillips. Phillips hits into the net for a hitting error there and gives Brebeuf their 14th point. Brebeuf trailing 19-14 here in.
Phillips saw that angle shot wide open. She tried to make that hard cut right into the net.
Phillips a dink, this time covered. Ball dug out of the net and sent over by Brebeuf. And Menon is blocked. Heritage sends it back over on a free ball. Gaddis, quick set in the middle to Elizabeth Phillips, and it's going to be...
It's a kill for them. I went off the block.
Kill off the block by Elizabeth Phillips.
Yeah.
19-15.
Right there, this is what I thought would happen earlier before we started this match, is when Raven came off of the floor, there was no one big up there for Heritage Christian, and so I thought that would be crucial for Brebeuf to be able to come back in. And that hadn't happened all night, except for finally in this game, that finally started to happen. Brebeuf was able to settle down during this rotation, get some serves inbounds, and not kill their momentum, and be able to creep out point after point after point with Cullen off of the floor.
Yeah, Coach Hawes has to be pretty happy with what she's seeing from the club right now from Brebeuf, the way they have responded here in this third game. She called a timeout, got them settled down, and now they're playing their best volleyball, I think, of the evening.
Yeah, at that point in the game, it was like 19-10, and they could have just given up and went home. But you know what? They wanted to keep fighting, and they got this game within 4.
Here's Greer Frazier, the serve. Snyder to Phillips off the block, dug by Frazier. Gaddis going on the outside to Siegel off the block. And a Heritage scrambling, free ball from Phillips. Here's an opportunity for Brebeuf. Gaddis on the outside to Siegel. It's blocked. Brebeuf still on the attack. Again, Siegel, she's blocked by Lowry. Blocked by Lowry, and it's 20-15 Heritage Christian.
You know, Brebeuf is fighting. They're not giving up, and that's one thing that you can be encouraged by as a coach. You know, this is the beginning of the season, and if you can see that fight and that determination and not giving up, that's something that you can work with moving forward through this season.
Paige Hickey, line drive, serve. Gaddis, a tip by Siegel for a kill. Siegel with the kill there. Maddie Siegel, an off-speed shot, 20-16.
Nice
Heritage Christian.
Nice decision right there from Siegel. You know, you can't always go up and swing big every time. You got to look for those smart open shots, and that's what she did right there to be able to just tip the ball right over and get the kill for the Braves.
Brebeuf hanging around in this third set. Siegel, the jump serve. Snyder sitting on the outside to Phillips. Nice up by Brebeuf. And here's a shot by Seaman, covered by Heritage. Roll shot by Phillips. Gaddis out on the outside to Robinson, the roll shot. Phillips with a nice dig. Phillips a roll shot. And then we get a lengthy rally here. Gaddis to Robinson, a big time shot by Sydney Robinson to Brebeuf, and suddenly Brebeuf has crawled to within 3 at 20-17.
What a rally right there. Roll shot after roll shot after roll shot until she came in and she was like, you know what? I'm going to end this and put that ball straight down.
Maddie Siegel serving for Brebeuf, down by 3 points. Jump serve. Snyder to Phillips, off the block for a kill. So Elizabeth Phillips will give Heritage Christian a 4-point advantage now, 21-17.
Smart play call right there, you know, with that fake in the middle. Elizabeth Phillips creeped up behind her, swung at that ball, put it straight in the open court.
Maggie Ledbetter into serve now for the Eagles. Trying to close this match out in 3 games. And the service error goes out of bounds, and that was a much-needed error by Brebeuf. It was kind of in the danger zone there, and then they get a much-needed point.
Yeah, not a way that you want to see your team close it out for Heritage, so I'm sure that's going to be something they talk about later.
Delaney Seaman on the serve for Brebeuf. Short serve, overpass, chance for Brebeuf. Gaddis, a back set, tipped over by Elizabeth Phillips. Big time shot by Myers, and the return goes out of bounds, and the kill for Myers, 22-18. And it seems like time and time again when they've needed a big play, Myers has been there to make one tonight for Heritage Christian.
I have to tell you, I am so impressed with Myers tonight. She has delivered for Heritage Christian.
Gracie Ledbetter on that serve. Gaddis going to Robinson on the outside. A roll shot for a kill. Robinson has done a great job tonight, Anthony, of changing the speed on her attacks.
Yeah, you know, she's keeping the defense on their toes. They don't know whether it's going to come hard. They don't know if it's going to go deep. They don't know if it's going to be a short dink. You know, they are guessing, and that's great stuff right there.
Bella Schumacher, libero on the serve. Bump set. Here's Myers. Good hard swing for another kill.
She is placing the ball so perfectly tonight. You know, she's driving some deep balls, and those balls have been able to get Brebeuf all kinds of flustered and get her all kinds of kills this evening.
23-19. And we've got Lily Snyder serving for Heritage Christian. Line drive, bad pass. It does go over the net. Heritage Christian on the attack. Bump set. Here's Myers on the run-up off the block. A back set and a roll by Fraser off the block, covered by Heritage. Here's Myers, a tip. Brebeuf there. Gaddis to Robinson. Free swing by Robinson and puts it away.
You know, I don't know why they're not using Robinson more. She's going up there with no fear and just swinging lights out and getting kill after kill for them.
23-20 as Brebeuf continues to hang around in this third game. They've got to win it, though, to force a fourth game. Lola Schumacher. Clip the net. Heritage. To Raven Colvin, puts it away.
You know, Raven Colvin is such a great player. She's a threat in the middle. She's a threat on the outside. She's a threat on the service line. When you have a player like that, this is why Heritage is ready to fight for and defend their state title as it comes to match point.
Game and match point here for Heritage Christian. The serve by Kendall Hickey. Gaddis on the outside. Siegel, it's blocked by Raven Colvin to end it. On a night where she records 1,000 kills and is awarded for that honor, she ends the match on a big stuff block, 25-20, as we're going to take another look at it here, Anthony.
Here you go, the serve, a not very good pass, an outside set. Raven right there, straight down, nothing Brebeuf could do, and Raven was like, this is my night, and I'm going to finish it on my terms with a nice stuff block.
So Heritage Christian will be victorious tonight over Brebeuf in 3 sets, 25-15, 25-20, and 25-20.
You know, that takes them to undefeated 7-0 on the season as the number one Heritage Christian moved past them. Brebeuf falls to 6-3 on the season, and I know that they're going to be looking to come back and work on some things in the gym to get ready for hopefully seeing them again in the county tournament.
And a big conference match here tonight between the two teams. It's a Circle City Conference match, and it was won by Heritage Christian. 3 sets to nothing. Scores of 25-15, 25-20, and 25-20. As Anthony talked about, Heritage Christian moves to 7-0, and Brebeuf falls to 6-3 on the season. We want to remind everybody, high school football tomorrow night on the Indiana SRN networks. As we'll set the lineup for you here quickly tomorrow night. Make sure you go to indianasrn.org for all the information and game listings. But Mount Vernon at Richmond, Cecina at Speedway, Rushville at Covenant, Decatur Central at Perry Meridian. Once again, go to indianasrn.org. High school volleyball returns next Monday. This Heritage team will travel to Tri-West here on Indiana SRN. And then Tuesday night, we've got a couple matchups as well. We've got Washington at Attucks. I'll be on the call on that one. And, Anthony, you'll get a look at Covenant against the same Heritage team on the same night.
Yeah, I'm excited for next week's action. But congratulations to Heritage Christian and Raven Colvin on a great match. And I am so glad that we were here to watch her 1,000th kill.
I want to thank our broadcasting crew here tonight. Match was produced by Riley Thomason here on site and Alec Crow on camera as well. And that's about going to wrap things up here tonight here on the premises of Heritage Christian High School. We were actually in the elementary gymnasium here this evening. Once again, the final score here tonight in high school volleyball, Heritage Christian defeats Brebeuf 3-0. And that'll wrap things up here this evening. For Anthony Gully, I'm Eric Eaton saying so long, everyone, and thank you for watching high school volleyball on Heritage TV, powered by Indiana SRN.